Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome along to another customer review from us. This time, you might say, it sort of follows on from a review that we did ourselves on the Fendt 211 Vario tractor. So to get a customer view on this machine, we are now joined by Mr. Robert Armour, who is going to share his thoughts on this tractor. But Robert, before we dive into the tractor and what you think about it, just tell us a little bit about your business here.
So we're milking 220 cows, crossbred Holstein Friesian, Montbéliard, Norwegian Red Crosses. And we rear the young stock, sell the bullocks as stores, rear all the heifers for milking. We have two farms. This is a young stock farm with a milk farm next door. It's me and my brother in the partnership. It's a tenanted farm, about 450 acres, predominantly grass. We also grow spring barley for whole crop and plough up each year, sort of a 4 or 5 year grass lay rotation for silage. Yeah. On to this Fendt 211 tractor. So, for a start off, how long have you been running this tractor? About 18 months. March last year we got it.
And how's it gone so far?
It got all right, yeah. Swapped a Massey Ferguson in for it. The main criteria is we have a very narrow feed passage at the other farm, feeding milk cows. So every tractor's got to be under 2 metres.
Right, in 2 metres of width?
Yeah, 2 metres of width, yeah. So this one doesn't have any steps sticking out the side. A lot of the models, they have steps out here. I had blue tank out here. Yeah. This is compact. It's very compact. Manoeuvrability is very good on it. It's the best lock I've ever had on a tractor.
Really?
Yeah,
right.
Definitely. By far, I would load it on. Yeah. It's the first one I've been able to keep the mud guards on. Normally, with a loader on, you can't have them. We have to take the mud guards off.
Right.
But we've been able to keep them on with this one.
Yeah.
His turning circle's brilliant. Of all the different breeds of tractors I've had, it's the one that's had the best turning circle.
Right. And as well as the width of the tractor, what else would sort of attracted you to the Fendt machine?
Well, the weight of it. It's compact, but it's still enough weight in the back end for loader work. So the main criteria is front loader work, really. Yeah. And we don't have to have. We've had tractors before. We've had to have a weight on the back.
Right.
You don't have to have a weight on this one. The back end's heavy enough.
Right. So this is a bit better balanced than.
Definitely better balance. Yeah.
Right.
And also the telescopic hitch works independently to the arms, so it's on a separate ram, shout ram. Whereas we've had ones before, because they work with the arms, it's always straining, and with the locking pins have always broken on them.
Oh, okay.
This one, it's a lot stronger all round.
Yeah. So no problems with pickup hitches or anything like that.
No. And also front and back suspension. It's the first tractor I've ever had with front and back suspension.
Right.
Because the most in this range they don't do.
Yeah.
They don't do front and cab suspension.
So you've had no suspension at all on any?
I've had cab suspension on the Massey.
Right.
But I've never had the front. It makes a massive difference, that front suspension.
Yeah.
For field work.
Right.
Spreading fertiliser, you're bumping up and down rock hard fields. Yeah. You don't feel the bumps with this.
Really? It's that good, is it?
Well, but I've never had one before, so I'm not comparing. But in this range of tractor, this is this compact size.
Yeah.
It's the only one that I could find available with front suspension at the time.
Well, that's it in this power bracket, sort of around the 100 horse mark.
Yeah.
First of all, there's a lot of choice.
Yes.
There's every man and his dog supplies tractors in this sort of power bracket.
Yeah.
And you could say, I suppose Fendt is at the upper end of that.
Definitely.
Power bracket with an upper end sort of price tag to match. So like I say, you've touched upon a few things that sort of attracted you to the Fendt, but there must have been, what else sort of got it over the line for you?
Well, comfort. It's easy to drive because it's Vario, so you just push and go, or put your throttle down and go. Yeah. So it's very comfy. In summer I'll use it for spreading fertiliser or spraying. We don't do a lot of field work, most of it's done by contractors. But those jobs, we've got ridge and furrow fields and all that smooth. You don't feel the bumps.
Really?
Yeah. As you're getting older, you start to feel your hips, don't you?
Well, that's it. You get to a certain point in life,
Yeah.
you want a bit of comfort, don't you?
Yeah, when
That's
you're 20,
We're not
it
all
don't
built
matter.
for speed anymore, are we?
So yeah, it's comfortable, comfort and manoeuvrability is second to none compared to all the other tractors.
Yeah.
Because we've had quite a few tractors in this bracket. We used to run John Deere's 6.2s, but they got wider. They didn't fit in my feed passage.
So they put on a bit of weight. They put on a bit of beef.
They put on width.
Right.
Yeah. Which didn't suit, so that's why we went off John Deere.
Right.
We went Massey Ferguson for a couple of cases. We have a case now, but they're more of a basic sort of tractor, really.
Right.
It's not for your field work. We've had New Holland. Yeah, we've had basically every.
You've tried pretty much all of them, but you've ended up with the Fendt now. Well, you have anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
It took some learning in the cab.
Yeah.
It's a lot different to anything I've driven before. All electronic and your screen and everything.
Yeah.
So there's a lot in there I had to train my brain for.
Well, I was going to say, because a lot of people, especially anyone that pretty much hasn't driven a Fendt, they always come out with that comment, oh, they are a complicated tractor.
Yeah.
Now, you as a first-time Fendt user,
Yeah.
is that true? Are they a complicated tractor, or have you found it very simple, or what's the story?
Yes, to begin with, complicated is how we're going to understand all, your rep came and showed you how to do it. It made it look easy, obviously. But he was on the phone, he said, whenever, just ring us and I'll sort you out.
Yeah.
So the next morning, like, right, I don't know what I'm doing here. So he tried to press each button and then. But yeah, as you get used to it, it does become simple.
Yeah.
Day-to-day operations are very simple. Because it's very, obviously, just rev and go, isn't it, really?
Well, that's it. I would imagine for you, particularly with, predominantly doing loader work,
Yeah.
it's going to be like driving a hydrostatic telehandler almost, is it?
Yeah, and your loader's on the little joystick. It's dead easy to control.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really easy. We've shied away from telehandlers because when we come down here, we need a PTO for a slurry pump.
Okay.
Sometimes dragging a trailer backwards and forwards, is silage, or muck or something. So that's why we've stayed with tractor and foreign loaders.
Right, got you.
Yeah.
And away from the loader work, so I mean, you mentioned there a little bit of road work.
Yeah.
What's it like for that, and maybe the little bit of field work that you do as well?
Road work's easy because you just do it on the Vario, you just push and go, don't you?
Yeah.
Basically. And you feel where you set it on, whatever gear or speed you want to go. PTO, press a couple of buttons, away you go, yeah.
Right.
So it's just easy. It's actually easy once you've trained your brain. Once you've had it a while.
Would you say it's then just a different sort of? It's just a slightly different way of thinking.
Yes,
You come away from, maybe your synchromesh tractors or your power shift tractors.
Yeah.
You come into the Vario.
Yeah.
Is it just a slightly different way of thinking?
It is.
More of a Fendt way of thinking almost.
Yeah.